Howdy howdy, welcome back to the Crafty Granny channel. It's time for round 1 arena cutoff results plus round 2 predictions for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm reviewing the feature arenas for Massacre and the 4-star basic arena for Namor. So let's get to those round 1 results. So for the most part, these arenas pretty much played as expected, minus the Massacre 5-star feature arena, that 31 million. I didn't think he'd get up to that point based off of what we saw recently for champs like MCOC. However, I guess the community felt he was closer to a champ like Venom, who went for 33 million, even though that Venom's been in the feature arena before. And which is also the case for Massacre. So Massacre comes around this time and goes closer to Venom versus that MCOC score at 31 million. Now when it comes to the 4-star feature, it feels like it doesn't matter if there's a high interest, low interest, whatever for this old feature champ. It seems like everybody's now anywhere from 5.5 to 6 million. And lo and behold, the round 1 result came in at 6 million. And then lastly with Namor, that 4-star basic came in 2.78, which kind of means now at this point we may never see a 3 million 4-star basic cutoff again. Namor is one of those high-end champs. We got Sunspot coming up in a few, the Stealth Suit, Spidey, Mysterio, but you know what, at this point it doesn't look like the community's driving up to 3 million anymore for 4-star heroes, which is great for newer accounts in the game, as well as progressing rosters, as you'll be able to get great champs like a Namor for without a ton of grinding. So comparing these round 1 results to my predictions, as you can tell, these are going to be pretty much on par with what I thought, minus again that 5-star feature. I thought again he'd be closer to MCOC. Actually I had him between that MCOC and Venom score, 26 million. So really I was closer to 20%, 15 to 20%, and not that 5 to 10% I always like to get to, so not the best of predictions there. But the other two, the 4-star feature was right on, and that 2.9 that I predicted for Namor was real close to the actual. So these were the type of predictions I always try to give you guys, but no guarantee that's always the case. As I always say, past results do not guarantee future results. And as always with these results, as well as my predictions that you see here with the graphics, those are all for the veterans bracket, meaning your account has been open for over 60 days. The beginner and intermediate are earlier accounts, as the names imply, with beginner 1 day to 30 and intermediate 31 to 60. So, and unfortunately there's nowhere across the arena that collect self-reported arena scores that they're looking for the earlier brackets. Occasionally from time to time folks do let me know, either via my Twitter account or via the comment section of my video, so I do appreciate, because that's the only input that I get, or that anybody really gets across the community, is self-reported scores. I think Reddit occasionally from time to time in the Marvel Contest of Champions Reddit section there, folks do report some of the earlier brackets, but the focus there, as well as the other spots, typically are for the veterans bracket. So anyway, keep that in mind when you're looking around. Hey, how am I doing? I got a newer account. How are those results? Keep in mind there's not a really good spot to find it, unfortunately. Now that we've kind of talked about round 1 results, let's take a look at some round 2 results for similar type arenas, so we can get an idea of what might happen this time. Starting first with the 5-star feature, you can see that, and I pulled out the numbers from the Venom area, where you have that above 30 million, but nowhere close to 45, 50 million kind of stuff like that. And these are for old champs, not newer champs. So you had Captain America: Infinity War went up a little bit from 35 to 37 million. Iron Man actually went down from 32 to 30. Medusa, on the other hand, went from 35 to 38. And Iceman went from 38 to 38. If you look at Venom score, I don't have the Venom totals here on the graph, but basically they went up slightly. So it seems like the trend is either stay on par or slightly go up. So I think that's what we can see here with Massacre. Coming over with the 4-star feature, though, most cases, I mean, you got to kind of throw out that hella score that was just at 5 that went to 5.6. Captain America went from 6 to 5.9. Spider-Man went from 5 to 5.2. Star-Lord went from 5.1 to 5.3. And if you look at some other scores that were closer to 6 million, some more recent scores for old feature champs, they kind of hang around that same number that they had in the first round, give or take. Might be a slight decrease, maybe a slight increase. So that's what we can expect here, or that's what we should expect. And I always say potentially, there's a chance that a good chance that it might happen for the 4-star feature Massacre. Now for 4-star basic, higher interest champs like a Havoc went down from 2.8 to 2.1. Mr. Sinister pretty much stayed the same. Captain Marvel actually had a dip, where Nick Fury had a slight dip. So you can see for decent champs, 4-star basic champs, not decent, good champs, high-end champs of the game that come to 4-star basic for the first time, they typically have that higher first-round number, but then everything drops in the second round. Nothing significant drop, but a slight drop to keep in mind anyway. And this graph is quite deceiving for the 3-star feature. Really, it's a similar type score that you saw from round 1. It's just over that last milestone. So keeping that all in mind, here are my thoughts for round 2 predictions for the veterans bracket of the Massacre and Namor. I couldn't think of it. Think of his name there, Namor Arenas. Starting first with the 5-star feature, and again, these are for a veterans bracket, meaning your account's been open for 60 days or 61 days or more. I think we're looking at $33 million for the 5-star feature Massacre, $6 million for the 4-star feature Massacre, $2.5 million for Namor, and $725 for a 3-star feature Massacre. Now, as you even saw earlier, and as I talked about earlier, this is not an exact science game. I'm not looking at big enough sample size. I'm not running the algorithm, doing any machine learning to get this, the modeling here significantly better. Just there's not enough time in the day, plus there's probably not, the sample size is not available out there. But anyway, I say that just because there's no guarantee, no guarantee that these past results are going to match or really properly predict the future results. So I always like to give a grind target, which will give yourself a little bit more buffer from my predictions, just so you got a better chance of getting the champ. Starting first with the 5-star feature Massacre, $35 million is definitely a safer zone. 6.5 as well for the 4-star feature Massacre, $3 million for Namor, maybe 3.1 million, and 750,000 for the 3-star feature Massacre. And again, these grind targets and predictions are for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the earlier brackets, the beginner bracket and intermediate, as I described a few minutes ago, there's just not a really good source of the latest and greatest with these arenas, other than occasional anecdotal information I get from time to time across my Twitter account and the comment section of my videos. So based off of this is just some really rough few examples just to kind of keep in mind as you go after this. And these are definitely kind of more guesstimates than based off of real trends or anything like that. But anyway, with a beginner's bracket, the 3-star feature Massacre around 245, probably even less than that, 225. 4-star basic Namor, 800,000. Push it higher if you really don't want to miss out on him. 4-star feature, I think you'll get for 1 million. Intermediate bracket, meaning your account again has been open for 31 to 60 days. 3-star feature, you're looking at 525. The Namor, 1.2 million. Lastly, the 4-star Massacre, you're looking at 1.1 million. So these are my thoughts for round 2 of the Massacre and Namor arenas. Would love to hear your opinion, especially if it's different than mine, or if you have questions, throw them down in the comment section of this video, or head out to my Twitter account. I look at that more often. I'm more likely to see your questions and your responses on a more timely basis there versus the videos. But shoot me up either place, and I'll try to get you if I see it. So hopefully you found this information helpful. If so, would really appreciate it if you click that thumbs up button, as it helps out the channel. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, would really appreciate it if you did. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.